Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Debby Campbell Goodtime Show. Today, we have two guests. We have Mark Bego, who actually co-wrote with me my autobiography. Well, it's not really my autobiography, but it's My Life with My Father, Glen Campbell. And he actually just came out with another book with our other artist, Mary Wilson. And their book is called Supreme Glamour. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mark Bego and Mary Wilson. That's a great one, Mary.
I'm one of those people that whenever I see if something's crooked, I have to,
Well, that's great. Yep, got to straighten it out.
Thank you.
I just got this in the mail. Saturday?
Oh,
yay!
Your book, Supreme Glamour. Oh my gosh, those gowns in here are something else, man.
yes. Well, we could talk about that when we get on because we did a TV show with your dad, and we wore one of the gowns in that book on the show.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to find it in there. Yes.
Yes.
So
when I moved to Detroit with my aunt and uncle, I really was. I always sang all my life. I would wake up in the morning singing. I was like I thought I was Doris Day or something like that, right?
Right.
But I didn't really know that I wanted to start singing until I really met Florence and Diane. And I was 13 years old, I think it was. And I had moved in by that time with my mom, my biological mom, and my brother and my sister. So it was at that time in the Brewster Projects, living with my mom, that I met Florence and Diane both. And I was 13 years old. What happened was they all said they wanted to have this girl group going, and would we like to be a part of it? And we said sure. So that was me, Diane, Flo, and then there was another girl there who was dating one of the guys in the group. Her name was Betty. And so they said, well, do you girls know any songs? And Florence started singing. It was Ray Charles' song, "The Nighttime Was the Right Time," and all of us just kind of chimed in and started singing in the background. And that's how we started singing. So we had never sang together. No.
Right. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's right. You had "Where Did Our Love Go," right?
That was
"Where Did Our Love Go" in 1964.
That was our first number one.
Right,
and then
right.
we had 5 of those consecutive number ones
Wow. Before Diana went out in front of the group. Okay.
Yes.
And you were international stars. Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say the television. Don't forget about how important Ed Sullivan and Hullabaloo and Shindig and all those national TV shows. You were TV stars as well.
And that was all in that period of time, from 64 to 67. That's when.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. So then Diana left the group. Why did she leave in 1970? Is that when she left, 1970?
It was, January. But when we said the name was changed, that's when it all started. 1967-ish was when the push to have Diane go out as a solo. Yes. So we had our farewell. Sorry, we had our farewell show at the where was it, Mark? The Frontier.
The Frontier, yeah.
In Las Vegas.
January of 70.
Yes, so that was when Diane left and went off as a soloist. And we, the Supremes, now were renamed the Supremes. Jean Terrell joined us. Cindy Birdsong joined us because Florence had left. And, we went on. I remember one of the telegrams that came in. A lot of the young kids won't know what the telegram is, but it was from Ed Sullivan. He says, and the big group from the 70s, now are two groups, Diana Ross and the Supremes again. So that was kind of nice, and lots of people were there. I mean, wow. Who was it? Marvin Gaye was there. I mean, the house was full of celebrities. Lou Rawls, and we had some basketball stars. There was a lot of people there.
On that note, I have to say that once one of the Supremes knows that one of the Supremes fans knows you're gonna perform somewhere, they tell everybody. They've got it on Facebook. They're tweeting and twittering and everything. So they spread the word. They do spread the word.
A little politics in here. They tweet more than
the president.
And it's true.
I don't even know how to do it.
Well, I'm learning with all of these Zooms that we like, your Zoom, your podcast, everything we're doing. I'm learning myself now, but it's not easy for baby boomers, because we come from. In fact, I said today someone that I received a telegram or something like that, and they said, "What is a telegram?"
Oh my.
Things are, and I still have my not scanner, but fax machine. I still have a Rolodex. My daughter says, "Mom, you need to get rid of that Rolodex." I'm like, "Are you kidding? That's why I keep all my numbers."
Exactly. No, I remember I used to have one and I loved it.
I still have it, so there you go.
So you almost went back on tour with Diana. What happened? Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing to have y'all back together, out there on the road.
Yeah, it would have been.
What happened? We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
I know what I'm saying. I know that. But what I'm saying is that I don't know what happened. I just know that I originally, when I heard about it, was thrilled. I mean, I think the fans, everyone would.
Oh yeah, the fans.
Relive all of that because we had a great history. We accomplished a lot of things, the three of us, the Supremes. I think we touched a lot of lives.
Mm-hmm.
We really in history. And we're girls too. I have to bring this up. See, we're girls, we're females, and we've made a lot of history, but we don't get the credit for that history. So now you ask why I wasn't there. I don't know if you asked why I wasn't there.
I don't think the tour went on, did it?
Yes, it did.
It did.
Oh, it did happen, but I don't think I read it didn't make much money, so they just quit.
Well, I don't know the reasons, but I'm saying that you asked me why. You said that I was almost there. There was talk that we were to be together, to reunite, and so I was all for that. However, once they started negotiating, it just fell apart, and I guess they didn't want to pay me a certain amount of money. They wouldn't, and by the time everyone knows I was writing books on the Supremes, and I was there I knew the choreography, I knew everything, even though things were going to be changed, we know that. But the point is, I would not have been allowed to do anything with it. And so I said, okay, so let's talk about it. They said, nope, this is it. You take this or you don't. So I'm like, okay, I don't.
Yeah. I remember I loved the Supremes so much, all that music. And when I was going to school in England, my dad would send a car to the base, which was a couple hours from London when Dad was doing shows over there in London. He'd send those beautiful English Rolls Royces to the military base, and I'd see it pull up, and all the people would be gasping on the military base, and I'm like, Mom, I'm not going out there. I'm so embarrassed. She goes, go get in the car, go see your dad. But anyway, his name was Barry. I'll never forget the driver, Barry, and he knew that I loved that music, and he had just, I think he had just did something with Diana, but in his trunk was everything Supremes, Diana Ross, the Supremes, all albums. I mean, it was so wonderful of him, but that's a memory I have anyway. I just wanted to tell you that. What is the Elle Greenwich story? Was that a theatrical that you were in, the leader of the pack?
Oh, Ellie Greenwich's music and Beehive.
I was doing lots of, I've always wanted to not become an actress, but I mean, I was always interested in acting. And so I started doing a lot of musical theater.
Oh, so it was, okay. So it wasn't Broadway, it was musical theater.
Well, it was musical theater. And so, but it was a play that was about the girl groups. And I love girl groups. In fact, I'm working on a project right now for a girl group. I think I'll be on Sirius DJing a girl group.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, I put that together. So they accepted it. So I think they told me in July it was going to be out on Sirius. But yeah, so anyway, that play was all about the different girl groups. You had the Shirelles, you had the Shangri-Las, you had the Supremes, you had the Marvelettes, you had the Ronettes, you had all of us there. And I was the hostess. And I hosted the show, but I also sang in the various groups that were there.
And you also, I mean, You lecture, or you have a lecture that you go out, Dare to Dream?
The lecture is, I say lecture, but it's really like it's a master class. And you know how you see people on TV with these the actors workshop, where they talk to actors about what they do. Pretty much that's what it is. And I've been very lucky that I'm able to talk about my problems. I lost my son in a car accident, of which I was driving a car, and things like that. And then talk about getting over, say, Florence Ballard, who was very unfortunate. I would say was dealt some horrible cards for her life and what she had to go through. So I'm able to talk about a lot of things, and people have me, come to just talk to their organization or their whomever to share stories, because a lot of times it does help people. In fact, just recently, this young lady, her gang, I think it's hard to pronounce her name, but she's from Botswana, Africa. And when I was over there, I guess she was still a very young student in school. And just this past month, I found online, or someone sent to me from online, how she said that Mary Wilson helped change her life.
Oh.
Because school, I came to one of her school and talking about her dreams can come true. And she said I was, whatever. So, we have to be we're blessed when we're able to reach out and just be ourselves and share our stories, and our stories actually help other people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, all the charity organizations that you're involved in, I mean, oh my gosh, the American Cancer Society, Easter Seals, UNICEF, those are just like a few of the many that you have.
Yeah, and a lot of times, things you move on, but those have all been, organizations that I've worked with in the past. Some of the more recent ones, the last few years, figure skaters in Harlem, which I'm very, very pleased to be a part of, even though I'm no longer in New York now. But they teach young girls from the age, I think it's 6 up to about 17 or 18 years old. They teach them how to ice skate, but that's just one of the physical things they do. What else they do is they really show these young girls how to be better citizens and women, and it's educational and all those kind of things. And so then I'm also a part of Children Incorporated. I've always sponsored a child from around the world since we became famous.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so, just things I can do because I know that a lot of times, even when we were growing up, my mom was on the welfare. So I didn't really always have, I wish I had a piano. Maybe I could have learned how to play piano. I never learned how to play the piano. Things that people take for granted right now.
You can do it right now. We can all learn right now.
That's it. Okay.
We're all sitting at home, right?
Okay, let's do it.
Let me tell you. So, they're just things that are nice to be able to pass on. And so that's why I do what I do, just because I know what it was like when I didn't have things. My mother brought things home from the white family that she worked for. So I had to wear hand-me-down clothes and things of that nature. So, I just understand it and just want to help out.
What year did you get the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
I'm not good at that. Mark, do you recall?
I think 93 or 4, I think.
Did you go with them?
You're right.
I was there. I was there.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, you're right, because that was when my son had passed. That was the same year, so you're right. And that was, that was really cool too, because we got a chance to have our star on Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah, I tell you, walk all over us, all you want, right there.
These boots are made for walking.
Exactly.
Hollywood Boulevard and La Brea is where our star is.
I don't know where Dad's is. I know I think it's pretty close to Chinese. What was
Ramen's
that?
Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay, around the same area then. Yes, we're like 2 blocks down from that. Yes.
So tell me about Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm. What about it? No,
Did you like it? I mean, was it hard? Was it?
She should have won. damn it.
I
I had so much fun. And I really didn't think I was going to be away that soon. Okay, I got to be very honest. But it was fun, and it wasn't hard. Yes, it was hard. No, it wasn't hard because we Supremes always did choreography. So choreography was not hard, but we did have to learn this in like a week's time. So that made it a little difficult, because I was no longer 21 years old.
Right, exactly. How were you nervous? Like the night that you did the dance, were you nervous?
No. I mean, only nervous as I am anytime I have a new song. If I have a new song, I'm going to be nervous because I don't want to
Right.
mess up the lyric, don't want to forget the lyrics. You know what I mean? So because you're doing like this,
Right.
So, so I was, only the kind of nerves that you get as a performer. But once you get out there, you're just doing what you do.
Yeah.
And it's a more of a thinking thing, because you're thinking about the steps. Once you have performed a song or steps once, then the next time you're sort of in the moment and you're just doing it, and that's where you want to be.
Right.
But the first time it's always a little hairy because you got to think. I got to move here, I got to move there, I got to move my arm here, I got to sing. This is the words,
Right.
But I've never really been nervous on stage. Never ever. Just those first minutes before you go on when you have to go to the toilet and pee. And then once you've done that, then you're cool. You're like, okay,
All right. So let's talk about your latest release with Mark, Supreme Glamour. This is wonderful. This came out, last year? Like the end of last year, right?
It came out in
September.
Okay.
Well, I say
August,
in your
September,
birthday month, Mark.
I say August because it came out in August.
Yes.
I think it was just coming out when you went on dancing, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was all coming out during the same time.
Right. I'm going to have to look. Does it say Dad's name in here? I'll look at it later. But
not there, but we may have put it in the text. But
it'll show what
I think
page
it's in
that
there in the
outfit-
yeah.
in the
Okay,
text,
cool.
it should be there, but not the gowns. The gowns are pink. They're the pink. I forgot what they're called, but they had. I'll give you what they're called. Then you can look at the exact. No, look at YouTube and see it. You'll see.
Okay.
It.
Yeah. Well, that'd be so cool.
You
Yeah.
look at the book, you'll know exactly which one it is. Yes.
Well, everybody, make sure you go out and buy Mary and Mark's newest book, Supreme Glamour. It's got it makes a beautiful coffee table book.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Debbie, I have one thing I have to say too before we leave, and that is the 60th anniversary of the Supremes, and also
This year?
that it kind of like fluctuates because we're talking about from the time we started singing in '59, but then or the time we had our first hit records, or is it the time before we signed the contract? It
Right.
depends, right? But it's 60, and it's still 60s. But the thing about it is, I'm working on getting a stamp, a U.S. stamp for Florence Ballard.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I love all of your listeners, your viewers to
Yes.
send a letter to the U.S. Commemorative Stamp Committee in
Okay.
D.C.
Okay.
And you should start working on one for your dad too.
Absolutely. Great
Yes.
idea.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, I love that. All right.
Okay, honey.
Mwah. Thank you both
Thank
so
you.
much, Mark.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
And we'll see you soon, hopefully somewhere.
Okay.
Hopefully we're all going to get out of the house.
Someday
at
we'll
some
be
point.
together.
Someday, right?
Exactly.
Stop in the name of love and
Exactly.
wash your hands. No, just kidding.
Exactly.